This is not a story about soldiers, not about generals, tactics, or formations. This is a story about a pigeon named Cher Ami, a dog named Sergeant Reckless, a bear named Wojtek, and a dolphin with a name the U.S. Navy won't officially confirm. These are the soldiers history forgot to mention, and several of them changed the outcome of wars that humans like to take full credit for. Meet Private Cher Ami, carrier pigeon. WWII, October 3, 1918. The Argonne Forest, France. Major Charles Whittlesey and 554 American soldiers were surrounded, cut off from their own lines, out of food, taking fire from Germans on all sides, and, in a catastrophic mistake, also taking artillery fire from their own American guns behind them. The friendly fire was killing them faster than the enemy. Whittlesey had one option left. He wrote a message, placed it in a small capsule, and attached it to a carrier pigeon named Cher Ami. The message: "We are along the road parallel to 276.4. Our own artillery is dropping a barrage directly on us. For heaven's sake, stop it." Cher Ami was released. German soldiers saw the bird and opened fire immediately. Cher Ami was shot through the breast, shot through the eye, lost a leg, and kept flying. He delivered the message. The American artillery stopped firing. 194 men survived because a one-eyed, one-legged pigeon refused to quit. Cher Ami was awarded the Croix de Guerre, France's highest military honor. He died from his wounds months later. He deserved a better ending. Meet Sergeant Reckless, Mare. Korean War. Sergeant Reckless was a Mongolian mare purchased by U.S. Marines in 1952 for $250. Her job: carry 75mm recoilless rifle ammunition up steep Korean hillsides under enemy fire. What made her legendary was what she did on March 26, 1953. During the Battle of Outpost Vegas, Reckless made 51 solo supply trips in one day, alone, without a handler. She learned the route and repeated it on her own. She carried approximately 5 tons of ammunition in a single day. She was wounded twice during those 51 trips. She kept going. At the end of the day, Marines found her eating scrambled eggs and drinking beer. Their way of saying thank you. Reckless was formally promoted to Staff Sergeant. She is the only animal in U.S. military history to have been officially promoted. Her official military record reads exactly the same as a human soldier's. Meet Wojtek, bear Wojtek. In 1943, Polish soldiers in Iran found a bear cub abandoned after his mother was killed. They adopted him, named him Wojtek. He grew up living alongside soldiers. He learned to carry supplies by watching the men around him. And when the Battle of Monte Cassino came in 1944, one of the bloodiest battles on the Italian front, Wojtek carried artillery shells and ammunition crates alongside the soldiers, never dropped one, never panicked under fire. After the war, Wojtek moved to Edinburgh Zoo in Scotland, where Polish veterans would visit him and climb into his enclosure to wrestle with him. He died in 1963. There is now a statue of him in Edinburgh and one in Warsaw. Both show him carrying an artillery shell. Meet the U.S. Navy's Dolphins, Cold War to present. This is where it gets classified. The U.S. Navy Marine Mammal Program officially began in 1959. Bottlenose dolphins were trained to detect underwater mines, locate enemy divers, and mark targets. Their sonar is so precise they can detect objects the size of an orange at 300 feet. No human technology has matched it for underwater detection. During the Vietnam War, dolphins were reportedly used to protect harbors from enemy divers. During the 1991 Gulf War, officially deployed for mine detection, the program still exists today. The Navy won't release the full details of what these animals have been asked to do. What's confirmed: dolphins have saved American sailors' lives in every major naval conflict since Vietnam. The Navy's classified budget for this program runs into the millions annually. For dolphins, the most effective underwater defense system in American military history is a mammal that does it for fish. Meet the carrier pigeons of WWII, an entire army of them. Cher Ami wasn't alone. In WWII, the Allied forces used over 250,000 carrier pigeons. 250,000. They carried messages across the English Channel, through enemy territory, in conditions where radio communication was impossible or would reveal positions. The Germans knew about the pigeons. They trained hawks to intercept them. The Allies then trained faster pigeons. An aerial arms race between pigeons and hawks. A pigeon named Patty won the fastest crossing of the English Channel on D-Day. A pigeon named Mary of Exeter was shot, attacked by hawks, and hit by shrapnel, surviving 22 wounds across her service career. She died peacefully in 1950, having outlasted most of the humans she served alongside. What these animals tell us: every animal in this video was asked to do something it had no framework to understand. No concept of war. No idea what a sight it was on meant. Cher Ami didn't know what the message she carried said. Reckless didn't know why the shells she carried needed to arrive at the top of the hill. Wojtek didn't understand why the humans around him were scared. They did what they were trained or conditioned to do. And in doing it, they saved human lives. The humans who designed and trained these programs deserve credit, but the animals who executed them, under fire, wounded, confused, loyal, deserve at least to be remembered. History books focus on the generals. Maybe some pages belong to a one-eyed pigeon from WWII, who kept flying after she was shot. If this video introduced you to a soldier you'd never heard of before, that's exactly what this channel is for. Subscribe to Battlepedia. New story every week. And comment below. Which animal surprised you the most? I'll be reading every response. See you next week. One more you probably didn't know before we close. One more animal that deserves a mention. Sergeant Reckless had a rival for the title of most decorated animal warrior. A goose named Sergeant Major Corporal Wojtek. Wait, not the bear. A different Wojtek. Forget that one. Let's talk about the dogs. Military working dogs have served in every U.S. conflict since WWII. In WWII, the U.S. Army trained over 10,000 dogs for combat roles. Scout dogs who could detect enemy ambushes 1,000 yards ahead of patrols. Mine detection dogs who saved countless lives by sniffing out buried explosives. Messenger dogs who ran between positions under fire when radio communication was impossible. The casualty rate among scout dogs in Vietnam was lower than among human scouts performing the same role. Because a dog's nose and hearing are so superior to human senses, that they detected threats humans physically could not perceive. Today, military working dogs deploy alongside special forces units globally. They wear body cameras. They wear ballistic vests. They parachute from aircraft strapped to their handlers. A trained military working dog costs between $30,000 and $50,000 to produce. And every special forces operator will tell you the same thing. The dog notices things first. Always. The most advanced surveillance technology in the world still hasn't matched what evolution built into a dog's skull 15,000 years ago. We domesticated them, they protected us. That trade has been running since before recorded history. And in war, it continues today.